We will now look at the EFL Cup game between Arsenal and Port Vale on Wednesday night in the third round. And Arsenal and the EFL Cup, it's not a happy marriage because they've only won the competition twice in history. The last time in I think 1993. They've reached the final 3 or 4 times since then, not got over the line. Heavy aggregate loss to Newcastle in last year's semi-finals, and it's certainly not a priority for the fans this year. I think it's fair to say, they want the Premier League, they want the Champions League, but it's still, a trophy in the middle of the season could still be like a massive psychological boost for the rest of the campaign. So let's say Arsenal do get through these earlier rounds and the trophy comes into view. Do you want to see them really, really go for it?
Yes, absolutely. It might not be a priority to some fans. It's a priority for me, this one. I mean, what a massive thing that would be to get that trophy in the cabinet in February. I mean, just the weight off the shoulders of the whole narrative of Arsenal haven't won a trophy and all that sort of stuff, and Arteta hasn't won one since the FA Cup. It would take such a lot of pressure. Yes, it's not what they want. It's not the trophy they want, but it would just quieten the narrative around Arsenal. So, and I think Arteta will know that. I think, and their squad is so strong now. They will have a very good go at this tournament. They have to, in my view. And I was there in 1993 at Wembley. I can't believe that's the last time they won the League Cup. It's absolutely mad. And I've been at every single final since that they've lost as well. It's not been a happy hunting ground for Arsenal, this competition. So, I was really disappointed last season with what happened against Newcastle. When you get that close, it just felt like such a prime opportunity, and Arsenal just let it slip through their fingers with a bit of a whimper in that semi-final. And I'm hoping that sort of drives them on a little bit. They should go all guns blazing for this trophy this time around. And the squad they've got, the business they've done in the summer transfer window, really allows them to do that. So, yeah, I'm expecting Arsenal to have a real good crack at this.
Yeah, I think we've still got we're still having nightmares of that 2011 final, the Chesney and Koscielny Martins. Yeah, I can see you shaking your head there. Sorry to bring up bad memories again, but yeah, I mean, like you say, it's not been a happy marriage at all for Arsenal and the EFL Cup. And
No, back in the banter years, that was the most classic Arsenal way to lose a final of all time.
Oh, the banter years. Yeah, please don't remind me. Yeah, okay, that's your revenge for me reminding you about Obafemi Martins. Anyway,
Yeah.
as a former gymnast, I quite like to celebration, but that's enough about that. Yeah, and the teams who have won the EFL Cup in recent years, of course, Man City, they won something silly like 4 or 5 in a row, and then of course Liverpool had a couple. It is those teams who have the ridiculous squad depth, like you say, and Arsenal do have that now. They can rotate, and their second team is it's not so different from the first. And looking at the rotations that might take place against Port Vale, we've spoken there about Bukayo Saka in the last section. You are of the view that he might not start in this one because Madueke could have started, but now he's injured. So can you see for a full debut for Max Dowman in this one, or might Arteta play it safe and go with Waneri, or maybe try to get 45, 60 minutes into Saka's legs? What do you think Arteta might do there?
He might do that with Saka. I just feel like I think if Saka got like 20 minutes at the weekend, then he probably I think he might have started this one. But the fact he got 45 minutes at the weekend, well, longer than that, he got about over 50 minutes in the end with injury time on it. I just wonder if he might think, that's enough. That's a good little sort of route back into him, and then might give him half an hour. So I think the likelihood for me is that Max Dowman starts this game. He scored a brilliant goal, became the youngest ever player to score for Arsenal under 21s at the weekend. Brilliant goal again over there against, it's crazy to think he can play at that level for the next 6 years, which is absolutely mad. And so I think he'll start. I don't think Mikel will be worried. If you can play him at Anfield, you can play him in any game. So I don't think he'll be bothered about the sort of physicality he might face against Port Vale. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if Dowman starts there. We'll see big changes. I'm not sure we'll see many. Maybe one player who might start at Newcastle might start this game. So, but as I said, the squad depth just gives Mikel the opportunity to do so many things and change so many players and still have a really strong team available for him for this game. So yeah, I'm expecting big changes.